Hey guys, welcome to the Fun Indian Guy channel. In this particular video, we are talking about how vaccines are dropping from the sky and solving a global problem nobly. We're gonna dive into this one particular case study which is happening and which is very inspiring at the same time as well. It's about delivering the vaccines in rural area where it's very difficult to reach. So we are going to explore that particular topic, and in this video, I'm going to also show you how these things are happening, so you get to see them and understand how the vaccines are dropping from the sky. So let's go and begin this wonderful journey. But before we do that, for the people who are new here, let me quickly introduce myself so we set the context right. My name is Suyog, also known as the Fun Indian Guy. I'm a service designer, filmmaker, musician, podcaster, and a founder of an innovation company called Futuring Now. And this is the channel where we talk about creativity, design, innovation, and lifestyle. And I welcome you to the channel. Means super duper a lot. And if you like this particular video, don't hesitate to subscribe, because that will be amazing. And I'll be very honored to have you as one of the audiences of the pieces which I create. With that said, guys, let's go and start the video. So vaccination has been one of the hottest topic on the planet right now, with all the execution and how every country is trying to get everybody vaccinated. Of course, there are different slabs, like health workers first, then the senior citizens and all those things. But every country's first priority right now is vaccination. As we can see here in one of the articles by New York Times, the vaccination around the world right now, 309.3 million people have been vaccinated. This data is from 7th March, but again it says updated on 9 March, so I don't know. But about 309.3 million people have been vaccinated. Here is like a map of how vaccination looks like. The darker countries are one of the countries where the vaccination rate is higher than the others, and in some countries they do not have sufficient data to explore or show what is the scene with the vaccination. Here is another one good index about how many people are vaccinated out of 100 people, like a ratio kind of a situation. Israel is doing amazingly great. 99.7 people have been vaccinated. So this is very interesting. This list is there. I'll put this link of this particular article down below, so you can go ahead and already see how countries are doing. And when it comes to vaccination, as we all know, there are some limitations when it comes to that particular vaccinations or vaccines preservance. So these vaccines need to be stored in a cold storage or in a cold environment, about 2 to 8 degrees Celsius, if I'm not wrong. Again, it differs from vaccine to vaccine, but that has been one of the limitations. And because of these limitations, one thing which is very difficult to achieve is giving vaccines to people in rural areas, especially in countries like Africa, where the rural areas are spread across the whole country, and it's very difficult to reach. When you try to reach by road, it's like 4 to 5 hours, and in that case the vaccine might get expired on the way because of these conditions, to keep it live and active, the temperature thingy. So right now what we're gonna talk about, or what we're gonna explore in this particular episode or the video, is how Ghana, one of the countries in Africa, is using drones to get the vaccines in the rural area, as well as in the hospitals around the country. And this is the particular drone which we are seeing in the picture right now on the website, which is called as Zipline. The company is called as Zipline, who is doing it. And the best part is they are aiming to get 2.5 million doses done or delivered by this particular drone service. And it's very interesting. One very important thing about this particular company is that they are not doing it right now because of the pandemic or the global situation. They have been active since 2016. They have been doing these things, as you can also see on their website, how this particular thing look like in small clip, which is there on their homepage with their drone. It's a different kind of drone. As you can see, it's like a slingshot kind of a situation, and then the parcel is dropped with a parachute. Very interesting mechanism and the whole thing. But they have done till now 111,553 commercial deliveries since 2016. So one particular thing which I like about Zipline is they are from US. The startup is from US, or let's say the company is from US, but they have been very active in the countries, a couple of countries in Africa. And for last 4 years or 4 to 5 years, they have been delivering different vaccines or blood packages or those blood bags to the rural areas or the hospitals which are a bit far to reach. So they have been doing this noble work for a lot. Oh, it just changed in front of me. Very interesting, the total count here. So this is how Zipline is doing, as they are already on the journey to deliver 2.5 million doses in Ghana. Let's hear from the CEO of Zipline and what he has to say about this particular bid.
Talk to us about the process. This is, I assume, an enormous logistical and technological challenge. How does it work?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, Emily. And obviously, now that humanity is kind of transitioning out of the development phase for the vaccine, we now face a new challenge, which is how do we distribute it equitably and quickly to the people who really need it? Ghana this week became actually the first African country to receive vaccine as part of the COVAX facility. And then in partnership with UPS and Zipline, they are delivering this vaccine instantly and autonomously out to thousands of different hospitals and health facilities throughout the country in the exact right dose, basically exactly when you need it and where you need it in order to reduce waste and ensure that people who live in rural areas get the same access as those who live in cities.
Awesome. So this was the interview done like 3 days ago with Bloomberg. I really like this service particularly in terms of innovation. Like they're using the high tech or latest technology to solve some of the really crucial problems around the world. It makes it very interesting, and I am very excited about this particular service, and I want to talk about how they are doing it in this video because me and my friend Sebastian Ogobo, we co-author this particular inspiration article series on Medium about service design inspirations called the Think Service. And in our third edition of that particular series, which we wrote back in May 2020, we wrote about how drones are changing the future, and we covered 5 case studies around the globe. And our second case study in that particular article was Zipline, as you can see here. I will put also this link down below in the description. But we were very excited about how they were changing the world, and in that we have this one particular section called We Wish, where we talk about what we thought would be amazing to see from this particular service, or what they can improve on. And here we wrote, we wish the service model would be applicable in urban areas to have a system like this in place for the current global crisis. This is just a wish. So we were talking about the pandemic situation, and we were talking about urban areas because back in May everything was heavily locked down. So we were thinking we can use these drones to also deliver some of the important things around the cities as well, which they actually did in US. Like the Zipline company did something similar in US. So it was very interesting to see. With that, let's jump in how it works from Zipline's perspective. So basically there is something called as fulfillment center, which is here we can see on this particular web page, which is like the airport or the flight facility for this Zipline, as well as a warehouse facility to store things which are supposed to be delivered. So here everything is delivered, whatever needs to be stored in cold storage. They have the facility for that as well, because they do only the medical related services. They are not delivering anything else. They are focused on medical help, vaccines, blood, as we saw, and all those things. So this is the fulfillment center where everything happens. And then there is this delivery experience where they have two kind of situations. So first one is where a client sends the inventory to their warehouse, like these are some of the things which we would like to deliver. So they send it to this fulfillment center, and once they get the order at Zipline's end, they plan the delivery and send it. And then there is this other kind of facility where client actually sends stuff which needs to be sent to some of the locations. So they take it at the Zipline warehouse or that facility, and then they go ahead and arrange the delivery and send it. And then the part which is launch, delivery, recovery is common for every interaction, where they launch the drone like a slingshot, and then the delivery happens, and then the drone comes back to the fulfillment center. So it's as simple as that. Here are some fun stats about this particular service. So it's designed for scale and real world conditions, hundreds of deliveries per day, as they have multiple flights, so they are able to do multiple deliveries as well. It works 24 hours. It runs solidly in rain or shine. As we saw, the drone looks a bit different, right? It's not like those 4 propeller standard drone which is tough to fly when there is a wind situation or a rain situation. This particular drone is much more solid, so it's easier to fly around, and it can go up to 100 km/h speed, which is enormous. And it has the service radius of 80 kilometers, so it can go for 80 kilometers and come back, which is amazing with its battery. And the most phenomenal thing is 1.75 kilogram of payload it can carry, which is very high for a drone system, and which is very it's just more than sufficient for carrying like blood samples or vaccines. So it works perfectly well. So to understand this situation a bit better, we're gonna watch one more video by Zipline, which explains us how this particular system works like. So you can see actually how it looks like and how things move around and how things work. So let's go and watch that so we get some better idea about Zipline. Here we go.
My name is Keenan Wyrebeck. I'm co-founder and head of product and engineering here at Zipline. We run the most advanced drone delivery service in the world. Zipline is dedicated to helping doctors save lives even in the hardest to reach places. Our planes crisscross the skies every day, delivering critical and life-saving medicine to people in need. With so many flights flying every day over both populated and unpopulated areas, we've put a lot of work into building safety features into everything we do. In our operations, for example, we use cutting-edge technology like computer vision in each pre-flight check to make sure that plane is ready to fly its life-saving mission. We are in direct contact with aviation authorities, enabling them to track every one of our flights. We use advanced algorithms and software testing to ensure that all our planes know where they are and where they need to go. To maintain the highest standard of safety.
So the video goes a bit more technical from here onwards, but you get the point, right? You see how it works and how it looks and how you can put the stuff inside and then it flies and comes back. And they also have an emergency landing mechanism in that as well. So that's what the rest of the video talks about. But now we got understanding about how Zipline works. What problem they are trying to solve in this world is, first thing, vaccines need to be delivered in rural areas where vaccine cannot stay out of 2 to 8 degrees Celsius for too long as it expires, and it needs to be stored in that cold environment. At the same time, rural areas in countries like Africa are too far to reach, 4 to 5 hours off-road, very poor conditioned roads, so it's very difficult to make a vaccine reach a particular location, and also to deliver vaccines around different hospitals in the country in a quicker manner. It's very difficult. So Zipline comes in picture where they have drones, which is like a cutting edge latest technology with everything fitted inside in a proper manner, which have been tested since 2016. So they know what they're doing. So they're using this drone system or this drone technology to solve this global, very noble problem around the world. So I love the Zipline thing. Last bit to add on Zipline is, as I said, they are from US, but they are working in African countries. What they are doing in these African countries are they are also increasing employment in the local area. So all the facilities which they have set up in Africa are mostly run by African people and the local people. So they are giving them training about how to repair these things, how to store them, how to restore them, how to run this property, how to do the navigation, how to run this project in entirety. And they are helping these local people acquire the talent and then help build this particular company or build this whole delivery system. So that is very, very noble at the same time as well. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. And this is also like a fresh news, as in last 3-4 days, these are the new things which are happening around the world, where vaccines are coming from top down, bottom up. Man, also nice analogy, but they are doing it amazingly. So I hope you learned something new. I hope you got some sort of value out of this particular video. And if you did, I will be super duper happy about it. With that said, guys, that's all from today's episode. I'll catch you in the next video or in the next Daily Ish Pod or on our Clubhouse live session. Just follow the Fun Indian Guy everywhere and just take care, stay safe. And if you can think about the new technologies and current problems and trying to merge them and solve some of the problems meaningfully, that's what the whole innovation is all about, and that's what the service design is all about. So if you have any questions about this field or anything inside this, just drop a comment or reach out on my Instagram at the Fun Indian Guy in my inbox, and I hope to reply you and get in conversations with you. That's all, guys. Once again, take care, stay safe, and build meaningful things like this. And while you do so, make sure you are having fun as well. That's all. Ciao.